my first video, I discussed sterilization, and especially the case of two Jack Russells, brother and sister, 9 months old, and the owner thought that the female might be pregnant. She had phoned me because there were several behavioral issues that she needed me to come to the house to help her with. She was going away on holiday, and we made an arrangement for me to go through there to the house, and I went yesterday. When I arrived, the male Jack Russell was at the gate, and he was extremely aggressive, barking and really trying to get at me. There was no ways that I was going to be able to walk into that house safely without being bitten. The son came out, and he picked up the dog and took it away inside. I sat at the table, and the owner then informed me that the female did indeed have some puppies when they were away on holiday. That she had had 3 puppies, but 1 had died. There were now 2. Would I like to see them? Well, I walked through to the area. They had the female in a laundry area, and of course she was barking and going mad because she didn't want me to come near her puppies. I just popped my head around the door and saw there were 2 little puppies. We went back to the table, sat down, and of course the female was now at the window, barking, 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 until she was put back with her puppies. We then had the male barking in the room where he was being kept, and the female, when she left her puppies, she would come back to the window barking. They were not happy having me in their house. Now, what I want to talk to you today about is these puppies. I asked the owners, I said to them, what are you going to do with these puppies? Because I said, I really don't want you to keep them. You would now land up with 4 dogs, and that is not going to be a good idea at all. It's bad enough that they've got problems with the mother and father, but add the equation of the 2 puppies who might then start fighting with the parents. They are looking for big trouble. The first question I was asked is, how do they know what the sex of the puppies are? They hadn't even looked at them. I said, well, you need to look at them to decide whether they're a male or a female. And she asked me to do it. I said no. I was not prepared to go into this mother who was already stressed by having me in the house, who didn't want me near her puppies, let alone to pick them up to decide what sex they were. So that was the first thing. The second thing I said to her, then you need to find homes for them. She said, well, where do I take them to go and give them homes? She didn't have a clue about finding out homes for them. I asked how she got hold of the mother and father. Where did they come from? No, they knew friends who had a male and a female, and they mated, and that's where they got their puppies from. So it looks like those people didn't sterilize their dogs, and they had puppies, and these 2 were the result of it. And now these 2 had mated and had puppies, and now homes needed to be found for these puppies. I did say to them that this is what they need to do. They need to put out some information, try and inform people about these puppies, but it is up to them to do the responsible thing and find a proper home for the puppies, not to keep them. This is such a tangled web, this whole story. These people really didn't know about dogs, sterilization, breeding, puppies. There was so much that they needed to learn, and I spent a lot of time explaining things to them. The reason that I asked for these dogs to be sterilized, they knew now that that was the way to go forward, and they were going to get the male sterilized as soon as possible. This too would possibly help with his weeing all over the house. It's not going to help drastically because there are other behavioral issues, but at least he'll be sterilized and there's less chance for him to wee around the house. It is a sad fact that so many people really don't understand about dogs, and they get them mainly because the children want a dog. And this is where it all goes wrong. These people need to be educated and told how to bring these dogs up. At 9 months, they now had 2 puppies. They've never been trained. They're out of control. The woman is tearing her hair out. And all because the children wanted puppies. So the sad fact is that these dogs now have to have behavioral modification to try to get them under control. The woman is at her wit's end, but we're going to work together and we're going to get there. And one thing that I'm going to make sure, that they don't keep the puppies.